I'm Matthew Malcolm with California Dairy Magazine, reporting to you here from the California Dairy Sustainability Summit, the first of its kind here in Sacramento Convention Center. And I'm here with John Talbot, CEO of the California Milk Advisory Board. You know, a lot's going on within the dairy industry, from the production side all the way to the marketing side. A lot of excitement, good things and bad things going on in the world market of dairy. Although prices aren't the best, the California Milk Advisory Board is doing a lot on behalf of the dairy producers here to make sure that our product is going all over the world. So could you let us know what are some of the trends you're seeing right now, you know, amidst the tariff war, the trade war that's going on as well?
Sure. There is a lot going on right now, and a lot of chaos, if you will, because of what's going on with the tariffs. The one thing I think it's important to remember, how important export is to California dairy. About 1/3 of the milk that's produced in California goes into products that are exported overseas. So it's a big part of our business, and it has always been looked at as one of those areas where there's a tremendous amount of growth potential. And with the tariffs and the trade wars going on right now, a lot of people have been questioning that, and I think that's a short-term issue. Particularly, you look at Mexico right now. The NAFTA agreement has been renegotiated, this USMCA agreement, but is yet to be ratified. And so the good news is that they have a new agreement, which looks favorable to dairy, but the bad news is the agreement hasn't been ratified yet, so the tariffs are still in place. And so there's a lot of effort to try and get them to drop the tariffs in the meantime.
Finish where they started.
Exactly, and move on already. The good news on the Mexico side is that milk powder, which is a big part of what we sell to Mexico, has actually been increasing. That has not been affected by the tariffs. But cheese sales have been hit dramatically, and cheese sales are down about 28% in the last month we have data for in terms of exports to Mexico. So that's unfortunately weighing us down right now on that front. The other big issue on the tariff side of things is what's going on in China. And that has affected us pretty significantly as well. A lot of the product that we sell to China are protein products, whey products. And that business has basically shut down because of the 25% tariffs added onto those products. But we are still pushing there on the consumer side of things, trying to get more value-added products into the marketplace, cheese in particular. We're having some moderate success in China that way. But the big news is that we're having some pretty good success in other parts of Southeast Asia. And when you look at some of the other markets, whether it's Japan or Korea on the more progressive side of things, you know, we're still seeing good improvement there in terms of distribution gains on cheese. But one of the things that we're seeing tremendous growth around in parts of Southeast Asia is actually the sale of fluid milk. Believe it or not, we can sell fluid milk to a lot of these markets that is actually extended shelf life milk, which has about 75 or 80 days of shelf life on it. So we can get it over to some of these markets that don't have good domestic milk supply. And the only alternative they have is UHT milk, which taste-wise doesn't even come close to comparing, or powdered milk, reconstituted milk from powder, which obviously doesn't taste as good either. So in places like Taiwan and Thailand and the Philippines, we're having tremendous success right now selling fluid milk to a lot of these countries. And so we're very excited about that. The other thing on the international front is that we have a partnership now with a company in Oakland called HarborCo. And HarborCo helps us consolidate orders among smaller and medium-sized processors who wouldn't normally be able to do business in Asia because they don't have enough business to send entire container loads of product. So We work with Harbor Co. They work with our processors. We help find buyers for them on the Asia side, and then Harbor Co. helps consolidate all these loads and get them over to the various buyers in Asia. So that's another example of some positive growth area that we have in the Asian market.
Great. Well, thank you, John. That's a great sum up of what's going on right now, and we appreciate the positive sides especially. We're grateful for all that the California Milk Advisory Board does on behalf of the industry and getting these California milk products all over the world, and all that the dairy producers do as well. Read more about these things in California Dairy Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.